Hello, students. Today I'll be conducting a lecture on um wave propagation. Basically, wave propagation, this topic is subdivided into three main topics, that is ground wave propagation, sky wave propagation, and space wave propagation. So today's my lecture will be dedicated to topic ground wave propagation. Okay, so let us have a look at the notes. Okay, these are the notes which I have prepared for the topic. I'll be explaining you uh, along with these notes, and the same notes I will be uploading on the classroom also. Now, ground wave propagation. The name itself suggests ground wave, the characteristic. Ground wave propagation means the wave propagates along with the ground. That's it. Now here you can see the propagation of the electromagnetic wave that happens along with the ground, or if it propagates along with the ground, then it is a ground wave propagation. Here two antennas have been considered, a transmitter antenna and a receiver antenna. Okay, at some distance away, located on the earth's surface, which is highly uneven, you can understand from the figure. Okay, now, the wave which is being transmitted from the transmitted antenna towards the receiver antenna is propagating along with the ground plane. You can see over here, and the path which is followed by the propagating wave, or the EM wave which is being transmitted by the transmitter antenna, is called as the propagation path. Okay, the propagation path as shown in figure 1 is along the ground. So this type of propagation is called as ground wave propagation. Once again, I repeat, the propagation path of the EM wave, which is being transmitted from the transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna, is along the ground. Therefore, it is called as the ground wave propagation. Okay, now uh, ground wave propagation cannot be utilized everywhere and always. Okay, so we must first understand that where and at what condition the ground wave propagation is utilized. Okay, so the first thing is the ground wave propagation is utilized for short range communication, that means for short distance communication. Now we have considered here two antennas again on the earth's surface, separated with certain distance. Okay, um, now let us understand why it this ground wave propagation is used for short range communication. Okay, now the two antennas, transmitter and receiver antenna. The transmitter antenna is transmitting the wave of lower frequency. Lower frequency means high wavelength. Okay, towards the receiver end or the receiver antenna. Now the wave which is being propagated is shown over here with the pink color. Okay, now here you can see that when the wave propagates from the transmitter to the receiver end, at the same time there is similar wave induced in the ground. Okay, you can see over here the induced wave, but this wave is opposite in phase to that of the wave which is propagating, the EM wave which is actually propagating. It is opposite in phase. You can see here it is plus, then it is minus here, plus here, and so on and so forth. Okay, now this max this induced wave of opposite phase gives rise or causes maximum attenuation, or it offers maximum attenuation to the EM wave which is propagating from the transmitter to the receiver antenna. So it can be said that induced wave in ground attenuates the EM wave which is propagating. That is, the EM signals get weakened. Of course, it is getting attenuated means it will become weaker and weaker with respect to distance. Now, how with respect to distance? Longer the distance, more will be the waves. The wave numbers will be more wave numbers, more induced signal into the earth, more opposite phase induced signal will cause more attenuation in the propagating wave. So the signal weakens as the distance increases. Therefore, ground wave propagation is good for short distance or short range communication. Now, I give an example. If EM wave propagates for 100-meter distance, say, then wave attenuation or the attenuation cost to the propagating wave is half. Okay, when it travels 200 meters, then the signal gets attenuated by 1 by 4 times. Okay, after that, if it travels 300 meters, then it is attenuated by 1 by 8 times. So we can say that as the distance increases, magnitude of propagating signal decreases by large amount due to attenuation by the earth. Okay, therefore ground wave propagation is used for short range communication only. Now it is used for low frequency operations also. The first thing is that it is used for shorter distance. The second thing is that it has to be used for low frequency operations only. Why? Let us see. Low frequency range, it is up to 2 megahertz frequency. It is used up to 2 megahertz frequency. Now why? Let us understand. Here, for example, I have considered two cases, case 1 and case 2. In first case, the communication is done at lower frequency from transmitter to receiver antenna, which are placed on the ground or on the earth surface. The second case consists of the communication between the transmitter and receiver antenna at higher frequency. The transmitter and receiver antenna are placed on the ground or the earth surface again. Now, so let us name case 1 as figure 3 and case 2 as figure 4. Now, let us consider uh, uh, that the first case is having low frequency and the second case having higher frequency communication. As we know that frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength, that is f is equals to c by lambda. Both are inversely proportional to each other. That means lower the frequency, higher will be the wavelength. Higher the frequency, less will be the wavelength. If we consider case 1, here frequency means high wave, low frequency means high wavelength. Okay, there will also be an induced wave in the earth as it is ground wave propagation. Okay, so here I have shown in figure 1 there is a induced wave into the earth because of the wave which is propagating. Okay, with the opposite phase as I told you earlier. Now let us consider case 2. Okay, case 2 means high frequency. High frequency means lower wavelength, very short wavelength. Okay, less wavelength rather. It will also obviously induce the signal into the earth. Okay, with opposite phase. Now here you can see the number of waves induced inside the earth is of course more. It will of course be more because the wave propagating has wave number has larger wave number. Okay, now more the number of induced signal, more will be the attenuation offered by the earth signal to the propagating signal. Okay, so this will cause larger amount of or I will say incredible amount of attenuation in the signal which is propagating in case 2, and therefore it becomes really difficult to transmit the signal for with respect to ground wave propagation in shorter distance also. Okay, then at lower wavelength, attenuation by the earth is high, that is high frequency. Now, the advantage of ground wave propagation at large wavelength. We have seen that the ground wave propagation cannot exceed certain distance, ground wave propagation cannot exceed certain frequency range, but then it do have some advantage. Let us look at the advantage of the ground wave propagation. Now here in the example I have shown two antennas, that is the transmitter and receiver. Here, the Earth's surface itself has become the obstacle between the two antennas. Okay, the curve or the bend into the Earth's surface has become the obstacle between the transmitter and the receiver antenna. Okay, now its advantage, this bend or this obstacle of the Earth's surface has its own advantage, and that is it has bending ground of obstacles which is very effective. That means when the wave propagates along with this surface, it has got very good bending efficiency that will give a, good propagation rate. Okay, and or that will give more effective propagation from the transmitter to the receiver. For large wavelength, the bending of EM or the electromagnetic wave which is propagating will be more efficient. So it can be concluded that the large wavelength signal bend around the obstacle more efficiently. The reason behind it is the refraction happens more effectively or efficiently in case of lower wavelength. That also depends upon the bending angle, which can, if we consider this bending angle as theta, then sine theta is equals to lambda by d, where you can see that theta is directly proportional to lambda. So higher the wavelength, more will be the bending, efficiently causing the propagation of the wavelength. So here you can see, um, in this way, the ground wave propagation happens. So this was all about ground wave propagation. Now in my next lecture, I will be explaining you skywave propagation. After that, I'll be explaining space wave propagation, and then at the end, I will conclude the comparative statement with the comparative statement between these three propagation types. Okay, if you have any doubt, do contact. Thank you for watching the lecture.